Welcome to Setlist. My name is Davey. To my right, I have Alexa, and we have the pleasure of interviewing a band that is very close to home with our very own Wyatt Bible. So we have For the Record. How you guys doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Pretty good.
Do y'all want to introduce yourselves and what you guys play?
I'm Asa. What camera am I looking at? That one. My name's Asa. I play guitar and I sing.
Do the couch.
I'm Wyatt. I'm on trumpet.
I'm Calvin with a K, and I play trombone.
I'm Connor on drums.
And I'm Riley on bass.
My name's Vicky, and I do my best to play the saxophone.
I'm really glad the setup worked out where we got the stream on this little CRT.
Yeah.
I feel like
actually
every
really
time
fun.
if we don't utilize it enough, I feel like it was kind of a waste. Because I think last episode we didn't cut to this shit at all.
No. We'll just see Becky at timeout.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we put him in the
I'm
hell
used to
dimension.
He's in gulag.
Yeah,
What dimension?
the hell dimension.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were making a Marvel reference, and I was about to be like super impressed.
All right, you want to hit him with the first question?
Yeah, I kind of want to talk about like how you guys came to be. How long have you guys been a band? How long have you guys been in For the Record?
I think you said it during the live set. I think we're about to next year we'll be celebrating our quince, and that's nuts. I guess For the Record has been a thing for 14 years now. I'm the oldest surviving member, I guess if you want to call it that. I started the band.
Dude,
Yeah.
am I the next oldest surviving member? Is that the time
dude,
we
at
found
this-
ourselves in?
At this point, I think you are.
Oh.
I like how I'm talking to the TV like he's here.
He is here. He's right
I mean, like he's here, but okay, whatever. Wyatt, go.
How long have you been in the band?
Okay, well, me and Calvin joined, I think, about at the same time to go on tour. We were supposed to just be fill-ins, like temporary, but that was 2022 for the Fake It Till You Make It tour, right before we released the album. We released it because we had the CDs mailed to Seattle while we were in Seattle.
That's right.
So we
I
didn't
remember
drop
that, dude,
the
in the
album.
murder house.
Yeah.
We gotta
What
talk
is the
about
murder
that.
house?
Sorry, it wasn't the
murder
murder
house.
house. It was the murder bathroom.
We'll get to the
Oh,
tour.
yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, me and Calvin joined at the same time. Yeah, I don't know if you have any more insight to that.
What he said.
So I joined the band, what is it, like 2 years ago now?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, like
feels like it.
2023.
That sounds right.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit during our little interview questions in the set, but I just remember I told my wife, I said, I really want to go see these guys, and I want to see if maybe they'll let me play with them sometimes. And it was their old drummer Joe's last show, and I had no idea. And so I went up to Calvin, and I said, hey, man, you guys sounded great. You think I could play with you guys sometimes? And he said, well, we need a new drummer as of right now, so come to rehearsal next week.
You know what? Something I just remembered is that Steph pulled me aside and was like, you need to talk to Connor right now. And I was like, huh? Because it was post show, so I'm kind of not all here yet. And so Steph comes
That's very real.
Yeah, but my girlfriend Steph comes up and is grabs me by the shoulders and is like, you need to talk to Connor.
And I don't even think you knew who I was at that point, which is
heard
hilarious.
stories of you.
See, yeah, Connor, up until that point, I mean, we went to college together. You were not a fever dream, but oh, I know that guy, but I don't know that guy. And so it because I heard a lot about you. Obviously, I was friends with Trevor, and we were talking, and he talked very highly of you. And this whole time, I'm like, huh, I know this guy, but at the same time, I really, really don't. So
yeah, I don't think we were we were never in the same Bulldog Beat, I don't think. And then
No, I was actually never in Bulldog Beat.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then you were Phi Mu, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then I was KK Sai. So we
Correct.
were around each other all the time, but not really in contact with each other at all.
I love the idea of just y'all on stage, hey, by the way, anybody drum? And then just the sticks come up from the crowd, me, pick me.
Yeah, so I joined in... What year did I join, Asa? Originally?
2012, 2013.
Yes, I was in the band
sound right?
2012, 2013, I think. I played with Asa for a while. We went through a million drummers that year. And then I regretfully went back to college. I was...
means big, massive L.
Yeah, I mean, the only cool part about college was I met these two. We played in beat together. Becky, I kind of I knew of you. I don't think I knew you personally.
No, we played a show or two together. I think that was my experience with you. I don't think I really if I saw you at State, it was because you played string bass, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you around, but you were kind of like Connor. I knew of you.
Yeah.
And then we'd play the occasional show together, and then now here we are.
Yeah, because I did sub in periodically over the last
Yeah, that was when
decade.
Josh was playing for us.
Yeah, because I think I subbed for Josh and I've subbed for David before too. So I subbed periodically because they were like, yeah, this guy kind of knows the songs.
Yeah.
And then I jumped back in 6 months ago.
May, yeah.
6 or 7 months ago.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. 6 or 9 months ago, I will say that.
Nice.
Anyways, yeah. So I jumped back in 6 months ago, and yeah, we've been doing the thing, and it's been fun. And yeah.
So I don't want to move too far away from the murder house before I forget. I need to know what the fuck that's about.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we were on tour, my friend Eric was playing drums for us for that tour. I asked because I think at this point JoJo was like, I'm not going, so I had my buddy Eric fill in. Eric's a truck driver and knows people everywhere, and he's like, oh, I have friends that live in Seattle. We can crash at their place. And I was like, hell yeah, free lodging, right?
Dude, that place was a maze.
I to this day have no idea how the hell to get to any of the rooms in that house.
You can get into the living room from 4 different rooms.
It was the most asinine labyrinthian house I've ever been in my life. Because it was okay, so imagine you walk in what I don't even know if it's the front door.
There was 3 front doors.
There was 3 front doors, and none of them were screamed front of the house. Because there was 3 of them, and 2 of them were on one street. One of them was on the other street, and you had to pass by someone else's house to get to where we were staying. And so you walk in and it's kitchen, I think. And then there's I don't want to call it a pit, but it's downstairs.
They had a drum set.
Yeah, there was a drum set and a bunch of music equipment, and there was also a landing that the drum set was on. And so it was downstairs, weird music pit, upstairs, and then there was a spiral staircase.
There was 2.
There was 2?
Made of logs.
Yeah, there was 2.
Into their bedroom, and then there was one that went into the lizard room.
Oh, see, I was thinking of the one that went into the lizard room. The lizard room is where
Luigi's
I
Mansion?
slept.
What the fuck were you staying
She
at?
sounds like
I don't
fucking
fucking
Narnia or
know.
something. That's crazy.
Asa, don't forget about the
Very
dungeon.
Potter
Well, it wasn't a
house,
dungeon. It was
dude.
a
I'm getting to
basement
the
with-
dungeon. I'm trying to
Okay,
I'm trying to do the layout of the house. There's just so much shit going on because there's a fucking lizard room where there's a fucking iguana just chilling. And then, there's another staircase, and you go up to a staircase, and it's the hottest fucking room I've ever been in my fucking life. And that's where, you and David and Calvin, you and David stayed, right?
I think Becky was.
Becky, did
Were you
you?
in that room too?
I was in the room that had a door to the outside, 5th floor balcony.
Yeah, I slept.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So they stayed in that room, and that room was, hot as fuck.
Dude,
I
we
stayed
had
in the lizard room.
Calvin, had we picked you up at that point, or did we pick you up the next day?
No,
we picked you up in Oregon, and then we went to Washington.
Where'd you sleep?
Right?
I think he slept on the couch.
Y'all
But
didn't do
anyway,
the-
so there's a dungeon. There's another downstairs, and there's law books. There's a whole library of law books, and I'm there's got to be something in here that I could probably sue you for. And then the weird murder bathroom that had drains in the middle of the floor and a red bathtub. I actually have photos of it. Hang on. I'll find them at the end of the show.
Yeah, we'll
but-
put 'em on
send
screen.
to us.
Yeah, all right.
We'll include
The
it.
guy with the homebrew.
I'd imagine the owner of the house finds this podcast
Oh my God.
I feel
and reaches out to you.
person every morning.
Bro, the next morning, 4 or 5 people filtered in, and we were we have no idea who you are, or that other people were staying here, but we're assuming that they live
Yeah,
there.
it was that Always Sunny in Philadelphia meme where Mac and Charlie sit up in the restaurant and they're looking at each other from across the way. That's what it was like.
I can't get over the lizard room. I imagine y'all are Smiling Friends.
Yeah.
So in Mr. Boss's office, where there's just a light over him, it's just that but with a lizard fucking.
So for all intents and purposes, it's arguably the most normal room in the house. It's just basically a bullshit living room that happens to have a lizard terrarium in it.
Yeah.
But And like it's got like this like shag carpeting that like I'm pretty sure like it's so dense it doesn't actually like absorb water, and it's a fucking pain in the ass to like sleep on. It was just such a bizarre house. I honestly think that was like a fever dream.
There was a watchtower too.
It feels like it doesn't. And there was like a lighthouse at the top, or like a small
like
room.
one of you guys to just draw the whole thing.
I need one of you guys to go back and get a video.
Yeah, go back right now. get
I've
the
got a video for you.
Different like drawing, probably.
I know, right?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Depending on what front door you go through.
And there was like there was also there was the watchtower that I don't know how you got to it, but it was on the property. How the fuck did you get there?
So you go up one of the spiral staircases made out of logs, and then there's.
I love that we had to
people
differentiate between the spiral staircases.
Yeah, there's the people that owned the house. Their bedroom was like on the second floor of the log staircase, and then there was like a half floor where like their bedroom was here, and there was another level in between where you go to the third level, and there was a ladder on top of the upper level. You climb up the ladder, you go up to this watchtower where there was a shower in there. It's completely windowed. It's just like 10 feet by 10 feet. It's a square room. It just goes straight up into the sky, and it's just all windows. Like there's no privacy. It's like 120 degrees up there during the
It's
daytime.
just cooking.
Yeah, and then it's just a shower in there with carpet, and it was just a shower, but you could see the Space Needle from there, which was cool. But yeah, you could just
Like-
barely see it.
It was not a bad experience. Like the house was just strange. Like I'd never seen anything like it.
Yeah, there was like a kitchen. There was a kitchenette for some reason, and because there was like a kitchenette like where the residents slept. I don't know who the fuck they were. And then like there was like the weird room that like we like most of everyone slept in, and then there was like a room with like a microwave and like a sink and like a mini fridge.
That's
And it's
right.
like,
I
who
remember
the fuck is
because
this for?
We randomly passed by one of the people that showed up, or the roommates, and I was like, oh. Who are you?
Who are you?
This sounds like a house I would make when I was like 12 on Minecraft, you know? Like I didn't fully know what a house was or what it looks like, so I'm like, fuck it, let's just put a
Yeah, so you're like everything's just an addition for an idea that you had.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you know, like those overly elaborate doll houses that are like, or you open up, or the ones that are cut off from the front, and you can see the whole layout of the house. I'd imagine that's what that house looks like if you cut it in half and you just got to see by the outside perspective, just rooms everywhere.
It just feels like the average Airbnb experience. Like,
In Seattle.
you know, yeah, right. And just general.
Or in
Like, no,
general.
I feel like it's just an average Airbnb. Okay, I'm gonna share a story, and if it's, I'll cut it out if I have to. But like, it's very like two people who live with their parents. So me and my girlfriend were trying to like have, you know, like just a night to spend together. And so we found like a local Airbnb. We're like, you know what, fuck it, let's just like buy an Airbnb. We'll have a night together. We go in. It's the creepiest fucking house I've ever seen. It's filled with Garfield knickknacks. It's fucking crazy. It was really uncomfortable. And then we go into
wasn't
like
doing it for you
what's
guys?
supposed to be maybe like the pirate room or some shit. Like, and then it's
And there was a pirate room?
pirate knickknacks and then family photos. It was really uncomfortable and the most uncomfortable bed I've ever laid on. We left.
You didn't even stay?
No, I tanked the money hit. We got like a hotel.
We stayed at an Airbnb, not this tour or this last tour, but the one before that. Like
Are we
down
talking
in,
about the same one? I think we are.
maybe. I called it a Call of Duty map because all it was just someone like just jammed a bunch of fucking like not mobile homes, like RVs and
think we
trailers
are.
and shit, like just next to each other, like in their backyard. So there was like 5 RVs and like fifth wheel trailers just
Oh, we're talking about a different one. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it was
you're
like
right.
in that, and it's like, bro, I don't know if you've ever like stayed in a fifth wheel trailer with like 5 other dudes. It's not fun. There's only enough hot water for one person to take a shower.
You know how like in RVs they have those bunks that are like stacked on top of each other? That's what it was like for all of us.
Sketchy
Remember
times on
the-
tour, but you got to make it work.
Do you remember
like, the other thing that-
Airbnb we stayed at where like the doors that went to other parts of the Airbnb that were rented out were like nailed and painted shut? And then we randomly encountered people in the shower because it was a public bathroom for like the 3 different Airbnbs that were there. And then like we had to go out into the dirt to, I don't remember if it was an outhouse or a shower or
That was
something, but, like,
that was the Airbnb with the hardest bed that I've ever laid on.
yes,
and
the stone tablets for where we just, I remember.
yeah, and Nico let me fucking like just Superman fly onto the bed because he already sat on it, I guess. It was like,
That
oh man,
was-
this bed sucks. And then I go, woo.
Oh, that was when
And
we went
I
on tour
almost
with
died.
Alexia. That was a long time ago.
At what point are you safer in a Motel 6? You know what I mean?
Dude, the thing that sucks, I love Motel 6 because like honestly, if I'm getting a Motel 6, it's because like I'm here to sleep and I'm here to bathe and that's it. But like the thing that sucks with us, because like we've talked to like other touring bands and they're like, oh yeah, like you guys get like hotels and stuff. Like why don't you sleep in the van? And I'm like, there's 6 of us on a good day. You find room in a van to sleep.
My
But yeah,
lap.
when are you safer at a Motel 6? Probably always.
Have you guys had to sleep in the van or no?
I tried to sleep in the van like on tour one time, but I was using the mixer as a pillow, so I was kind of like against the RPA, and so I was in the back and I was just like on the mixer trying not to fuck up the sliders, and it was just like, okay, it'll work.
Dude, sleeping in the van was awful. Like I struggled so much because it doesn't matter where I sat, the front, this back, the middle seat, or the back seat. Like there was always a random metal bar that was supporting the seat that always just like I ended up sitting on. Like, and I could not find a comfortable spot. I was like, oh, let me scoot like my posture forward. Oh, there's a metal bar going across the entire seat. Let me scoot back.
Don't get me wrong. I miss Lola the van sometimes. I'm very glad that she's a fucking cube now for that specific reason.
Do you guys still use the current van?
No,
Or is
it's a
that one
cube.
still-
So what happened is that
like,
I don't know if I've ever actually. I might have told you guys this story. So I used to park the van at my job because we had this like it has like a gate. There's like a big parking lot. Like if there's a van there, no one's gonna care. What happened is that one day someone hopped the fence and then drilled a hole in the gas tank and let all the gas out. And then the next night, they stole the catalytic converter. And so I looked up how much don't get me wrong. It was a 1994 Club Wagon. We named it Lola. She was Lola the Cholo. I love her so much, but she's dead now. And I looked up how much it was going to be to like replace the catalytic converter. And it was like way too goddamn expensive for how much the van was worth. And also just really expensive in general. And I was like, I can't do anything about this. So I went to like Fresno Ag and I got like JB Weld. So that way I could like plug up the hole in the gas tank. And then with whatever gas I had left, actually, I take that back. I got a gas can. I borrowed a gas can from like my mom because like it had no gas in it. I couldn't even limp it to a gas station to put gas in it. And then fucking the second that I put the gas tank in there, gas starts falling out. So what happened is that they drilled a hole in the gas tank and then snipped the gas line. So it was just dead to rights. And then they took the catalytic converter. And so it was like at the time it was like so cost prohibitive. And then I ended up, because I didn't want them to like break in and take anything else, I limped it back to my apartment at the same time and just parked it. And I left and I moved out. And then at one point I finally decided like, oh, I'll go back and go get it because I was going to take it to like, what you call it?
Pick and pull.
Thank you. Pick and pull. No, I'm going to say pick and pull because I think you're right. And they're like, yeah, we'll buy it. We'll give you like money. We'll give you like $500 for it. And we'll go pick it up. And I'm like, sick. And then I go back to the apartment complex and it's not there. Because I spent a whole like 3 days trying to track it down because me and Nico were like Nico was getting notices like, hey, you need to like do your registration and like there's some shit going on. And so me and Nico had to we tracked it down and I tracked it down. I called the tow company or I called the apartment complex and they're like, yeah, we got it towed. And I'm like, okay, well, who towed it? Here's the number. I called the tow company and they're like, oh, we don't work with them anymore. You're going to have to find like the company that they used to use like a couple years ago. Had to call the apartment complex back, get the number for the old place that they used to have. And they're like, oh yeah, we told that and we sold it. And I'm like, cool. And so I called the DMV and they're like, oh, well, I guess it's not yours anymore. You don't have to worry about it. And I'm like, you couldn't fucking tell me that like the fucking first time? So yeah, she got turned into a cube. She officially got turned into a cube sometime July a year ago.
Oh, so you never had parting words with Lola?
I think I told her to fuck off before I left. I was just mad. And like I feel bad because like the horn didn't work and the door didn't open. The passenger door didn't open. None of the electric windows worked. And
God, that's right.
Yeah, and then the back hatch just shit the bed one day, and it was like we had a cord that went. It opened from the inside, but it wouldn't open from the outside. So we had a cord that went from the back handle up to like the front seat. So if you needed to like open up something, someone would have to like get in the car and then yank the thing. And then if someone wanted to, like the last couple days of tour, like it was like if you wanted to get into the back seat, you would have to crawl all over all of the stuff, either through the back or you would have to go in through like the front passenger seat. And so it was like, at the time, it was like, yeah, like I would have loved to have like a tour van, but also at the same time, kind of more trouble than it's worth.
It is a lot, but man, we got that down to like packing the van after a show.
Oh, dude, we got so good at it.
We got down good with that.
I still have the keys.
Yeah, that was like my tism.
So for next tours you guys do, what's the plan? You guys are just gonna?
My pickup's a lot more reliable. I got a new pickup since my old one, and it runs a lot better than my old one. It has a lot less miles on it. So like, I've thought about like if we take 2 cars, I could probably take like most of the stuff and most of the people, and then someone's gonna have to like follow behind and either carry some stuff and some people.
It depends. Asa has his truck for all the gear, and then I got my dad mobile for all the people to make it more comfortable. So we'll see.
We've done light logistics at this point.
Some combo of that sort.
Yeah.
Because I did a tour trying to where we had everyone plus all our gear in the vehicle, including drums. I brought my own drums on the whole tour. That was gnarly. There was just zero room for error. Like if you pack something wrong at first, someone's not sitting in the vehicle. So you have to remove everything to figure out what you did wrong, repack it. So we actually did test runs. We brought the vehicle. I rented it a day early so we could spend a couple hours packing and unpacking.
That's actually really
to make
smart.
sure that it worked. Because I knew it was going to be tight, and I actually had to unbolt these guys' back seats in their car because just flip down wasn't enough. So I had to like remove the carpet, unbolt the seats.
Oh shit!
And and then we had to like, this was a whole thing. We had to like cut strips to like protect the rails so our gear wasn't scraping, and yeah, it was cool. We found some pesos under the back seat.
Oh, that's fun.
So yeah, someone was taking that thing to Mexico at some point, which is kind of cool to see.
Yeah, and like ours was a 12-passenger van that we took like the back 2 rows out, so it sat 6 people exactly.
Before we, get too far or off track, we probably should ask some like music questions, right?
Maybe, yeah.
I know it's been van talk for like the last like 10 minutes.
Well, I was talking about like fucking Airbnbs and Motel 6s, and I kind of forgot this was like a music podcast.
Yeah, right.
That's fine. I feel like every episode gets like that. But I guess what we like to ask is kind of what are your influences like that kind of created the sound for the band. I know you talked about like you guys all individually joining at different times, and I imagine that the sound would evolve with every new member because everyone has their own influences. But I would say like what kind of inspired each of you guys when it came to like how your sound developed.
So when I first started the band, I mean like I just discovered Real Big Fish, so they're like the whole Aaron Barrett and like all those guys, like they're the whole reason like why I play music. Our name for the record is actually from a song called She's Famous Now, and it goes you'll never touch the way that I feel, just for the record she got the deal. And I was like, oh my god, it's so good.
13-year-old you.
I'm like 16 in high school, and I'm like, that is the most clever thing I've ever heard in my goddamn life. And so like it just kind of like stuck with me. And so like I take a lot from like Real Big Fish and like Streetlight, to a lesser degree like Less Than Jake and Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. As I've gotten older, and someone called out to me called me out and was like, all of your like, you can point to a lot of For the Record songs and be like, you pulled this part from this Real Big Fish song. So I was like, I should probably branch out. But like when I got older, like in my mid-20s, I started listening to like, I got really into like Midwest emo. So like Tiny Moving Parts, Modern Baseball. I really like a band called This Town Needs Guns, and I would love to do more stuff like they do, but I'm just not technically proficient enough to do stuff like that. And as of more recently, I got more into punk stuff. Like I was talking about during the performance, I got really into a band called No Pressure. They're super cool, but yeah, I mean, like at least recently, now that I've emotionally grown up, it's been like a lot of Midwest emo influence.
I think my only like experience with ska before joining the band was like the Tony Hawk games, and
Always a Tony Hawk game.
I feel like that's 99% of the people.
yeah, like MTV X Motocross, like old PS2 games. But yeah.
The Phineas and Ferb theme song.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, I didn't really know it until then. So yeah.
What are your influences then?
My influences. I don't really like listen to just, I think, one thing. I kind of listen to all kinds of music and appreciate it. But I think kind of like what Asa mentioned earlier is it kind of goes on feel. So it's just like whatever the bones are, it's like, does this sound kind of good? Just mess around with the horn and then fill it out.
Calvin's just being modest because he's really good, and he like has such a good ear for melody and like how and where to insert like his playing. So I don't know what he's listening to, but everyone else out there, you should listen to that too, because it's given him a really good musical sense. But it's funny, before joining the band, I didn't really know anything about ska. Probably like a lot of people, probably like you, this person watching right now. So thank you. But
technically, I'm watching also, so like that's including me. Yeah.
Yeah, but I knew that it was like I had listened to some of the Further Record stuff before because I've been to their shows, and I liked it. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So they're kind of more like punk influenced, which I really liked because I like a lot of that old punk stuff too. And I just honestly, it's just like ripping a whole bunch of like Blink drum riffs and Sublime and like Yellow Card too. I can't remember their drummer's name right now, but he's so slept on. He's so good. And I just try to keep it upbeat. I try to keep the energy just way, way up. That's my whole goal here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go back to what Connor said in a second. As far as influences go, I mean, I grew up with I think a lot of us are lying. I grew up with like NSYNC and shit, right? Yeah, like, let's be honest. That's where, at least me and Asa, because we're in our 30s. I don't know about you guys. Was NSYNC too late for you guys?
You missed me by that.
Yeah, just barely
I
missed
remember
it.
NSYNC.
Yeah, so like, I grew up like...
Frosted tipped hair, yeah.
Yeah, I grew up like most pop punk kids. I grew up listening to NSYNC, and then it was like, oh, like Blink, yeah, okay. So then there was Blink and like Some and like all those bands. And then I did like, I got into Really Big Fish and all that shit. And yeah, I mean, honestly, like in most music, ska is probably one of the most active bass lines as far as like popular-ish type music goes. So my influences are like kind of all over the place. I guess we kind of got into like how we write too. That's kind of a direction we went.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as that, I mean, like I'm with Connor, like it's just like bringing the energy. I mean, that's kind of the cool thing about having only guitar and bass as far as like string instruments go, is the way I view it as far as my writing goes. I mean, obviously, like I love playing with Connor. Me and him have vibes like since we started. Like I remember the first time I played with Connor at Fresno State, it was like, holy shit, like I can read this dude. It seems like he can read me. It just felt really good.
Like 8 years ago at this point?
Yeah, that was a long time ago now. But yeah, as far as writing, like, I mean, I'll be honest, like as far as writing for Asa goes, because most of them are his songs, again, he allows me a lot of freedom, which is cool because obviously he's holding down the chords, which allows me to play like, it's like a weird combination of what I call like lead bass and bass. So like there's no lead guitar. Obviously there's horns, but sometimes there's spots that allow for lead guitar lines. So I kind of try to fill that gap whenever there's no horns and it's just Asa playing chords. So it's like I kind of try to do a combination of like ska walking bass lines mixed with like lead guitar lines. And then I also mimic the horns at certain points in times. And then I also mimic the vocals. So basically I just like try to pull from like what everybody's doing. And because I mean, my thing is like, I don't want to just play walking bass for every song because then every song sounds the same. And it's like, the part isn't unique to that song. So my thing has always been with For the Record that I want that bass line to fit that specific song. Like it shouldn't be copy and paste. And so that's always kind of been my thing as far as writing bass lines for the record is I want every bass line, like every horn line has its spot. You can't play, better in Ode to Suck because that makes no sense. So I want it to be that way with bass too. It's like I don't want it to be like, okay, here's chords, walk, play whatever notes, Like I want it to be like this bass part is for this song and so on and so forth.
I joined the band about, so would you say it was like 8 years ago now? It was like 2016.
God, has it been that long?
It has. About
Jesus
2016,
Christ.
maybe even 2015, I joined. When I was, actually, believe it or not, I was born in Old Texas. For the majority of like my being 0 to 10, like age-wise, I was listening to mostly like gospel and Disney music because that's just kind of what blasted in our home. And then when I was in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, I got like an MP3 player or an MP4 player where like I started discovering like Linkin Park and Breaking Benjamin and Taking Back Sunday. And like I started getting a little bit more into the heavier style of music. Like going into college, I started like really just kind of breaking out and like going into like Beartooth and like a lot of these heavier influences. I was like 7-year-old me would be like, what the hell are you listening to? You know? So when Josh comes up in like 2015 time and says, hey, do you want to come check us out? He didn't even ask like, hey, you want to join a band? He's like, hey, you want to come with me to this thing? Like, oh yeah, what's the thing? Oh, you know, we're a band and we play ska music. I'm like, who's Scott, dude? Like, I believe that's actually what I said because much like other people, we just didn't know what ska was. Like, I've heard it before, but I didn't know enough about it to characterize what the sound sounded like. And I was so nervous on the way up there because Josh kind of like leaned into like, hey, this could be like an audition or like, you know, whatever, kind of like hinting and stuff. And I was like, shit, okay. So I started listening to our old album. Well, it wasn't even our old album. It was just the Third Time's a Charm. The things we don't speak about.
Yeah, the album that we don't talk about anymore.
Yes, the one that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So I like tracked out, and Riley, I don't even know if you were part of that one, the original one. Like I tracked out the solo on my saxophone, and so like during that saxophone solo section, I just played the exact same thing as the guy that already recorded it. But like as it was getting more and more involved in the band, I started breaking out a little bit musically because my musical conditioning and training is in composition and theory. So I like to mess around with just tonality and harmonies and being diatonic and atonal. For those of you that don't know what that is, diatonicism is like, oh, everything sounds great, everything sounds pretty. Atonal is like, that might be a wrong note in there. But yeah, I wouldn't say I started taking more of a lead role, but more like our songwriting process for our group at that time was, hey, Asa comes up and says, hey, I got this cool thing. Let's check this out. Let's play it over and over. And so really the rhythm section just kind of busted it out for like, it felt like 30 minutes straight. And we were in Asa's garage and we were just jamming on the horns. Like we would play it until we found something that we liked. And so you can kind of tell if you're listening to our old stuff, like our very first, like, I don't know if you would call it a studio album, but the studio album, This Is Fine. The saxophone tracks aren't so like unison with the horn lines. I mean, there's like big moments where we land on choruses and we have this big arrival point, but I kind of write inspirationally. I like to write where my ear takes me. I don't have like a G goes here or an A goes here. I'm more like, I just kind of like to play and play where my ear leads me. And so that leads to a lot of like counter harmonic lines in our music that contrast with the trombone and the trumpet. And it was almost to the point where a couple of the band members at the time were like, you need to chill off the harmonies a little bit. But I'm like, nah, dude, that sounds so cool. But it's been a lot of fun just like seeing not only myself, but like the band members develop as well and see how their musical style kind of evolves with, you know, the different people that are in the group, because I've vibed with our old drummer, but it's a different vibe with Connor, right? And I've vibed with David, and it's a different vibe with Riley. But it's pretty cool to see people coming in and out, and like how the musical influences of the people that are here kind of like affect the overall sound of the band and what we're going to. And it feels like right now that we're just on a much better, like we're on the same page almost as far as like how we want things to sound and stuff like that. So just my influences mostly is, I don't know, my brain tells me to like be a part of stuff and not be a unison. I guess that's why I write so many different like horn lines in our stuff. So I don't know, it's been fun. I might have gotten sidetracked there, but I'm also have like a military grade fever, so.
Oh no.
He's scrambling his eggs right now.
You know what I kind of noticed with like all of your guys' answers is that, well, even in general too, like I feel like ska kind of finds a lot of people in random places. So for example, like Tony Hawk Pro Skater game or like the Phineas and Ferb theme song.
Yeah.
Like I just found out recently, like the America's Funniest Home Videos theme is ska.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just all around us, but people don't really realize that it's ska.
I think the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones did the original, not the original, but the version of the America's Funniest Home Videos theme song, like from like the 90s to early 2000s. I think that was them.
Oh,
That's
really?
cool.
Which is interesting. That's your fun fact for the day.
Right. Yeah.
But I kind of really want to know like your guys' definition of what ska is, because I feel like I've been given like very black and white answers, like, oh, it's just punk rock with horns. So do you think it's like that straightforward, or do you think it's a lot more complicated than that?
Well, I
Or
mean,
a lot of
I could
versions?
probably answer a little bit, just because that's kind of like my wheelhouse. But the ska genre is very characterized by like the upbeat style of the guitar playing. And for those that don't know, it's like if you're bobbing your head to a piece of music or tapping your foot, like you're tapping the beat or the tempo. And one of the defining characteristics of ska is playing in the middle of that. So that's what gives it the high energy, the high just the high sound.
Very
right?
da-
So that's the
very
thing that just
dancey,
keeps
very bouncy.
pushing, right? Like I'm sad, but here's a trumpet and here's my upbeat guitar.
Yeah.
Right. So we can, when you mesh all the things together, like the walking bass or the, just the bass on a repetitive note, and then the high energy drums and the upbeat strumming on the guitar, like mix in some horns, like you have a very, very powerful, high energetic song that's coming at you. So whereas like you can mix in pop punk and say, oh, we're going to be very like chorusy, and the chord's going to be really strong and powerful, and the chord progression is going to stick in your head forever. And then that's why ska punk works so well, because you have that high contrast of like pop punk is very on the downbeat, like where you're tapping your foot to your tempo or moving your head. And then ska is very high contrast, where it's in between the beat. So you're kind of moving between one style of music and the second style. Yes, ska just in general is very characterized by that upbeat style, and very, very stereotypically has some other musical element like horns or a backing track I've heard on other things. But yeah.
I'll keep it brief, but there's historically ska is like originally from like the 50s, and the legend goes that British soldiers that were British armed forces that were stationed in Jamaica like during World War II left behind like a shit ton of radios, and Jamaicans had radios and like old AM radios, right? So the way that the legend goes is that when the Brits left, they basically just gave away like all of these old like radios, and so these Jamaicans were getting broadcasts from Miami. They were playing like old jazz and old like R&B like standards, but because Miami's so far away from Jamaica, they would only get every other beat, so they would only hear the upbeats and be like, oh, okay, so that's how you play it. Like that's just what jazz is. And so they and again, that's the legend, that's the fun story. What it really is that they did get radio broadcast from Miami, but they infused it with a traditional folk music called mento, which is always on the on-beat anyway, or on the off-beat anyway. And then they had like horns and stuff, they were getting the R&B stuff, and so they just basically followed the instrumentation and then just played everything on the on-beat, on the off-beat. And then, you had these guys that they called them, they had like these big portable sound systems, basically, just like those, like if you ever see like the memes where there's like a guy with a bike and he's got like speakers and stuff like all over like his bike, those were real. That's not like a bit. And so they would like be playing these like old, and that's kind of how it spread around Jamaica, is that they would be playing like, these introductory ska bands, guys like Prince Buster, Roger something, I cannot remember his name for the life of me right now, and I'm being a bad ska historian, but that's kind of where it came from. And so that was like the 50s and the 60s. And my hot take, which isn't a hot take, it's just a fact, is that Bob Marley and the Wailers is a first wave ska band. Okay, they're not a reggae band. They are a first wave ska band that kind of turned into, they were there at the birth of reggae. A band called Toots and the Maytals invented reggae. Anyway, then that's when you get like second wave. You have second wave ska, and that's where a lot of Jamaicans who moved to Great Britain, like for like manufacturing jobs and stuff, they eventually intermingled with the local white folk. And that's how we got bands like the Specials, the Selector. Amy Winehouse is particularly influenced by this era of ska. This is from like the late 70s to like late 80s. And then you have third wave, which is where we're influenced from specifically, which got real big late 80s in the 90s. This is when like basically like a lot of the big ska bands are American, specifically from Orange County. That's your No Doubts, your Real Big Fishes. Boston's are from Boston, obviously. And then you have like Streetlight, even though Streetlight didn't come about until like the mid 2000s, and even then they're from Jersey. But yeah, that's kind of where ska came from. Currently, in its iteration, we're on fourth wave, or what we call new tone, which is a play on second wave ska, which is also called two tone. That's a whole bit. This is getting really long-winded, but right now, like fourth wave and new tone is like bands like Catbite and Jair, and you might know Jair from Ska Tune Network, Jeff Rosenstock. I'm probably missing like a bunch of other. Bowcat's another one. They're a band from Arizona. That's kind of like where ska is currently. And even then, it's not to say that like we're playing like an outdated version. It's just that as it's, you know, as our influences and as we've gotten older, that's kind of like where we're getting. We're still very much influenced by like that third wave.
Yeah, it was super dope getting to hear you guys, and like, and it's funny now that you mentioned all that. I'm like, oh yeah, those influences definitely are there. Like I with the Bob Marley thing specifically, and I'm like, oh no, you're totally right.
Yeah,
you're like,
it's funny. Like you listen to like old Bob Marley tunes, and it's like, oh, that's not reggae. It's just because like there's also like differences like in the guitar stuff and like how you do the strumming and how you get on the offbeat. But even like is it like there's literally a song called just Ska Ska Ska. And that's like the most quintessential, like this is what first wave like kind of sounds like. And then like you play like old Bob Marley tunes and it's just that.
Do you know where Pick It Up originated from?
I don't actually. I can't believe I don't know that.
Wow.
I feel like wow.
That seems like something you would know.
I know.
Actually.
That's oh my God, I can't even do it anymore. That's just like old, like we don't have another percussion player, so we're just do that. Just do that.
There's more any way to get rhythmic variation.
Yeah.
I feel like, and yeah, if you have a microphone, there you go. You can just do it right there yourself.
Yeah. Suddenly you're loud enough.
When Asa started that, I was like kind of like joining in, and I was like, and he's like, no, it's not cha-cha-cha, it's chicka-cha-cha, chicka-cha-cha. I was like, what?
I know.
You're gonna do it right, man. Jeez.
I think I actually did get really upset. I'm like, it's not hard.
So I guess what I also want to know, just kind of moving forward, is we're approaching the end of the year. And so, you know, we're about to be in big 2026. What's your guys' plans for the band in 2026? Are there any projects you're working on? Any particular shows that you're excited for that are already scheduled?
Well, I'll start with shows because it's short. Our last scheduled show as of right now is November 29th. We're going to be doing Visalia's Porch Fest because apparently they're doing a Porch Fest. People who know Bigfoot and the Moon, go follow them because they're really dope. Andrew Kennefic is like probably the best guitar player like in the Central Valley. Dude's incredible. He's got his own like kind of like jazz combo, and we're gonna be playing his porch. And I'll have details for that on the internet soon to come.
I can make that one unless I'm dead.
Please don't die. I would not like that.
We'll start telling people that when I make plans.
But yeah, I mean, so that's our last scheduled show, and then like we're just gonna take December off unless something like really really cool comes up. Like I don't know, we're playing Tower Theater or something. I don't know. That's not happening. It's just a maybe. If that's something that happens, yeah, we'll book that. But I mean, like the next year's gonna be writing. Riley's been sending us like a bunch of stuff that like he's written, and it's actually really dope, and it's probably gonna be on our full length. And that's always kind of like been the bit is we always keep releasing EPs because we just never have enough music at one time to release a full length. And so we're going to get the full length done 2026. That is the goal I'm setting for myself is that it's going to get done. It's going to get tracked and it's going to get recorded and we're going to release it. And then probably tour that summer. And then yeah, after that, I got nothing. That's what I'm going. 2026, come hell or high water, the full length is coming out.
I mean, yeah, like as of right now, I think with both of us, we have at least 9 songs. Because we've got the 2 new songs.
Yeah, you got the 2 that I wrote, and then your 5?
I have 5
6?
up, and then I have 2 more in process.
Oh, I have 3 new ones.
Yeah, you have
that's
3.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we have like, we're looking at like, we already have like 9 songs, so.
Like what, 3 more? And then
I think we need 1 more to technically be a full-length album. I would like 12, if anything, for posterity and to make it feel like it's worth money.
Got it. I don't have a
good.
job. I can write music all
Dude,
day. It's all good.
put on Soundcheck song as a bonus track.
We're not doing... Oh, it's a bonus track? Never mind, I'm back in.
An extra minute and a half on the 12th track. They're like, why is this silence? And then
Yeah, why is
you
it
just
long?
hear Asa sound check. You're like,
Oh,
whoa,
man,
it's
we're
not done.
Oh man, we're gonna bring back hidden tracks. Hell yeah, let's go.
The end of the album.
Yeah.
You also have a song or 2 on Third Times that we can probably rework.
We're also gonna do like a 13-minute jazz odyssey since most of us played jazz in college.
Just play the right notes.
Yeah, we want you to write a 12-tone jazz song for us, Becky.
Just go super chromatic.
Dude, actually,
that's
you know
awful.
what? I will let me know and I'll do it.
Do it.
That's silly.
Use the Matrix, buddy.
I already got my tonal matrices ready to go.
Yes. Sorry,
My serial rows.
we're getting deep into the theory here.
I have no idea what the fuck you guys are even talking
It's
about.
because you're
That's because mine and Riley's brain works alike.
yeah. 12 tones.
Then just say pitches. Don't say tonal matrices.
No, because there's a matrix.
Yeah,
Right now
the
you're-
matrix gives you all 144 combinations of your serial row.
Yeah, you live in the matrix. We make the matrix. It's all good.
Yeah, we eat
new
the silica
album
gel.
name?
We wake up.
If you die in the matrix, you die for real.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hate
Yeah,
Sudoku. I'm so
yeah.
bad at math.
I feel that.
Total Matrices, the album. It's
Tonal
coming
Matrix, yeah, is that-
2026.
Yeah, instead of
Yeah, and the
Red pill,
artwork
blue
is going to be the matrix. The artwork is going to be the serial
Which way?
row matrix.
Were there any shows scheduled for next year yet, or just kind of working on writing? It was the goal.
oh shit, I think we do.
Axis? Is that one?
Yeah, we have a show at the coffee shop in Tesoro Viejo. They reached out and
coffee
we're like,
shop?
we loved your Barrel House set. Do you want to play our coffee shop? And I'm like, you know we're a punk band, right? And they're like, yeah, you guys are rad. I'm like, okay, so that's February or April something. I have
We
to go look
played-
that one up.
We played for a boys and girls club. All right.
We will play.
We will play anywhere.
Yes,
Yes.
bar mitzvahs, weddings, divorce
Yeah.
parties,
One to go to.
dirty
Divorce
30s.
Hello, sick children.
What's up, Valley Children's Hospital? You guys ready to fucking rock?
My name's Aso.
Open the
Welcome to
fucking
Brother
pit.
Show.
Dude, we played a show at the Boys and Girls Club, and they only wanted us to play for like half an hour or something. And so I just picked like a couple songs, and then like go figure, they're all like the songs with the most swear words.
You
So,
picked a song called "Damn It."
It's funny because like all the kids, they know the song. Like they've all heard it before because all their parents are about our age, so they all listen to it. But
kids
they just
also, like,
don't have the
swear.
context. They don't know the words.
Well, I feel like with swearing too, I think the kids swear. Like I don't know. It's like honest. I worked at a preschool for a while, and even they were like saying some crazy shit.
Oh, preschoolers?
Like,
Bro, what?
I was a preschool teacher's aide, and there was this one time. I'll tell the story real quick. There was this one time where this little girl looks at me, and she calls me like a fat ass, and I look at her, and I was like, and I just look at her, and I'm just like, I'm telling, and she starts fucking crying. She's like, no.
That is actually real. Like Alvin
I love
probably
how the
attests to,
dichotomy
but, like,
is. I love how the dichotomy is. I'm telling causes a full mental breakdown, whereas she fucking fat shamed you.
Yeah, she's right. Yeah.
Being called a fat ass by a 4-year-old is objectively hilarious.
No,
though.
it's funny. It was funny.
That's so
'Cause, like, I
funny.
didn't care enough to like be like, oh no, I'm gonna go tell. I wasn't gonna actually tell on her. I don't
Yeah.
care. But now she won't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But like no, kids swear. Like I remember I was swearing at like 4th grade. Like
See, I was
very
5th grade.
fluently.
And I said crap, and I felt like I was like, I've broken every single rule.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't tell.
Yeah, don't tell
And I just never stopped.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
funny.
it's bad. Like I go teach and think that like, oh, there's no way like we can top that. Like, and it's like the people I grew up with, like adults now, I'm sure we cuss a lot at our own, like on our own, but you've never heard more cussing until you walked on any single school campus. Like it is horrific how many cuss words are coming out in the youth these days. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, because Becky, you and Calvin are both teachers, right? Are you guys the only teachers here?
Where my teacher?
Where are my teachers at?
We're all teachers in our own way. I mean, Connor does lessons. I can't speak for the other 30, but I'm sure you've all had like Ace has taught me quite a bit. Right. So we're all teachers in our own right, but like actually like employed. I think so.
But also music.
Like employed teachers.
I just love that. Like, what is a teacher really?
So do your guys' students know your secret identities? Ska
A
identities?
couple of them do. I tell them not to, and I always they always find out that I'm in a band. Like, oh, what's your name? I'm like, I'm not going to tell you. Like, we don't make music for kids, and they're like, I'm gonna go find it out anyways. And so there's I told this to our group chat probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. One of my students found out like the name and like the songs that we play, and so he went and listened to it on Apple Music or whatever. and he started like sounding out a couple of the horn lines that we play from our song Trudy. And like we're about to get ready to eat breakfast, and he's in the practice room, and I hear ba 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 ba. I'm like, what?
That's a great way to fuck with you.
Right. So he's playing he's in the saxophone. He's playing, and now he's starting to teach other students the same horn line. So, like in a way, For the Record is always here.
And now he's a teacher, if you can believe it.
Trudy's the new Seven Nation Army.
That kid
Yeah.
today,
So
a trumpet.
I've heard Trudy on quite a different variation of instruments at the school. So, beyond that, no, I don't openly tell them like, hey, I'm in a band called For the Record. You should go listen to them, because being like, you got to be really careful these days.
When I was teaching at schools, like the students knew that I was in a band, but I didn't really talk about it that much, and I never really told them the band name. But for me, I thought it was important to let them know that like their teacher was not just like talking to them, but like I'm really out there playing music. Like I
Like
really
you're walking the walk.
yeah, like I really do this, and like, after our Saturday rehearsal, I have a show later that night, and then we're going to go out of town for the weekend to go play some more shows, just to let them know, like, if you want to do this, like you can, and it's super fun. Like you can see your teacher having fun and like actually going and playing music. So I always like to tell them that I played music and was in bands, but I never, like Becky said, I never really disclosed the names, because it's not like it's horrible music, but it's not kid friendly, quote unquote.
I mean, if
so.
they go and find out for themselves, like that isn't on us, right? That's their own like motivation.
They were gonna
to go
find something
it.
anyways,
right? And we're not the ones spreading it around. So I think at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Like if they find it naturally, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But as an educator, we're not going to promote like the content that we have to the kids.
My shit was
just
never
'cause-
popular enough to like be in there recommended anyways, so it would have been real difficult without a name. So,
But the kids that do find it, they're like they always come back and say, "Wow, we loved. What is that?" I was like, "It's Scott." They go, "Huh?" Yeah. So it's always a blast getting like when they do naturally come across it and they do listen to it and they enjoy it. You get to kind of like open them up at such a young age to like a new style of music, and then like they branch out to other like really really important bands like Real Big Fish and those others, and then it just becomes a relationship that you get to build with the students, because they're now discovering this brand new style of music that they know that you're involved in.
I think what's funny is I think like if you didn't want them to find it, let's say like, oh no, I absolutely do not want them to find it. I feel like if you promoted it to them, they wouldn't give a fuck. Like, could you imagine being in, like, we're both kids, we're like, hey, did Professor Bible try to fucking pitch his SoundCloud to you too? Like, bro kept like bringing up his SoundCloud like the whole fucking class. Like,
is that the play then? You pitch it to them so that way they'll actively ignore it?
oh yeah, that's super like cringe, I think.
Okay,
Like,
yeah. Please go listen to my music.
Because you don't know, it makes them want to like go search it out.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like if I was out here like follow for follow to like the kids, right? They'd be like, that's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Under no circumstances.
Yeah.
Becky got lost in the Matrix.
Oh, he actually is.
Huh? What?
He's lost in the Becky. You're lost in the Matrix.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm still here.
I don't know if you
He's
can
like
see
in
it, but like
Tron
you're in
now.
like you're in like the Spider-Verse right now.
I can't see anything. I just see my beautiful bandmates. Oh, does that it says game? I thought that said Dave. Am I being plugged in by AV cords?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Someone's hacking into the hyper.
I didn't look at
Into
the
the
TV.
firewall.
He's like, did you guys
So
turn me into a
nobody told
fucking
him?
TV? That's really funny.
Why did you say AV cords? Like you were so fucking offended.
He's like, these motherfuckers can't even
I
give
You
me
can't even speak for
HDMI.
fucking HDMI. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Am I
You're
a
on a
fucking
Toshiba
converter?
from O2, so there's not much
Yeah,
we can do.
it says game in green letters. That's
I can hear the TV being on from here.
I feel special though.
Wait, hang on. Does it have the fuzzies? Oh, there's no fuzzies.
Are you tapping on it?
Oh, we got the good feed.
Wow.
No, I am here though.
It's not as much sauce on the good feed.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Beckerton's still in here. Still here in spirit.
I think that's fine. I think we're coming up to near the end of this our time together. But do you have any final questions?
Nah. I'm just looking at Becky's TV.
All right. Yeah, let's just end on like 30 minutes of
yeah.
that.
Let's all stare at Becky now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I got so distracted.
It's lo-fi. It's lo-fi for the record hits. It's set to Nega Becky.
You say Mega Becky?
No, Nega with an N.
Like
Anti-Becky.
Yeah.
like from Fairly Odd
Dude,
Parents.
someone
Yeah.
give my cords a shake.
Don't roll that clip.
Someone fix my connection.
I
Is
have
that
a
an
question.
installed DVD player in the TV? Oh my god.
You could have it all in 2002.
That is awesome.
Davey, this is your TV,
What part of
right?
Toshiba
Oh,
from
okay.
2002 did you not get?
I used to
Someone
play
tap me on the head.
4-player split screen on those things.
Give it a good tap.
That's a good point.
Oh,
I thought you were
I
kidding.
knew it.
Oh my god.
Man, blowing in the cartridge, chapping the box. Man.
Takes us
That's
back.
really funny.
Dude, I don't know how I forgot that meta. That's old tech.
Yeah.
I fixed one of her headlights by just kicking the fucking car.
Yeah. And it worked. Yeah.
One time, this is like a random story, but we'll wrap up soon. My left eye, like, because I've always had problems with my eyesight. My left eye is worse. And one time, it just straight up like was so blurry that my glasses weren't helping, and I was like so fucking scared. And my friend like slapped me in the eye, and then suddenly like my vision was like fine. I was like, what the fuck was that about?
Factory reset.
Yeah, it was really fucking weird. That's like a real story. That shit was weird. But yeah, do you have any parting words?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to actually ask, what is your dream band that you'd like to open for one day?
I don't know. Like, Real Big Fish doesn't really tour anymore. I would love to tour with Real Big Fish, if only so I could tell Aaron thank you for starting this. But I mean, like, honestly, like it's so funny. Like as arduous as touring is, like I really do genuinely kind of love roughing it. And like, yeah, I'll be at work the next day and be like, God, I could be in the van right now. And so like, just touring more in general is something that like I would really love to do. But I mean, like, gun to my head, if I had to pick a band,
Streetlight would be cool.
Streetlight would be cool.
Sure, that would be cool.
They're on tour.
Are they?
They're touring right now. They're on the East Coast. I don't know. Catbite would be rad. Catbite's fucking dope. I'm trying to think. Honestly, dude, if we did like a whole West Coast run with Iwanaga, that'd be so fucking fun.
That would be a good time.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't. Have you guys toured with them yet or no?
No,
Not mine.
I think we've thought about it, but it's like, it's hard, right? Because like everyone in Iwanaga and even us, like we're all being pulled in so many different directions that it's like, okay, can we all be in the same place for a week?
Like 13 to 14 people
Yeah.
all in the same place.
They have like, how many do they have?
I think they're at like 8 people now.
Yeah, so that's just
So it's like, yeah, there's 6 of us on a good day. So at best, like 14 people, it's like, okay, can the stars align enough to where all of us can be in the same place for like a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe. So I would love that. I'd love to work that out with Andrew. I just don't know what his schedule's like. I might actually talk to him about that when the full length comes out. What about you guys? I actually would like to know this. Dream band.
to open for. I'm just gonna say if we open for this band, it also gets them back together. So we're gonna have to open for Modern Baseball, so that way they can we can bring them
feeling in my
player.
bones that there's a comeback coming.
I
so,
I
too.
can sense it. They've been posting on stories. They put "See you soon." Okay, I'm crazy.
Look, it's been
I'm
how many
delusional, I
years
know, but,
now?
like, they
it's
put a
just
see you soon.
It's
They're
not
gonna
happening
come
until
back.
we open for them at this point. That's gonna have to be the thing that does it.
Bro, like what if? Like they're not, but like what if?
Yeah.
What if?
Brendan, come on in.
Please, please.
Brent, let's do it.
Please.
Brent, make it happen.
Please.
Do
look
the
at you on
Parks and Rec
TV.
move and do the Unity concert.
I remember I was interviewing people for when Mom Jeans came to perform in Tioga the first time they did, like 2021 or 2, I feel like. 3? I don't remember, but it was one of the first times. I remember interviewing people, and there was this one guy with a Modern Baseball shirt, and I was like, hey, do you have hope that they'll come back? And they're like, nah. They're so they're like, nah. And I'm like, damn, y'all have
Good
no
talk.
hope at all? Okay, good talk, bye. Yeah.
Well, where can anyone find your current albums and EPs and such?
All of our music is on wherever you get your music. So the Spotify's, the Apple Music's, Napster, Amazon,
YouTube, probably.
Yeah, Napster.
Carrier Pigeon. Yeah, Napster's still around.
Then we're leaving CDs
Tidal.
in the schools.
Follow-up question. What is
Oh.
Napster?
The fuck do you mean? What is Napster?
Did I stutter?
It's the thing that broke
I don't know
someone's
what
computer.
Napster is. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's a little blue guy, right?
This guy bought his
little-
music legally. What an idiot!
It's like it's like LimeWire before LimeWire was LimeWire. It's
But
like
it was like legal and it was
blue
good.
cat.
yeah, the little cat with the headphones.
Yeah, I'm crazy.
Yeah, Metallica sued the fuck out of them and they
Crazy
died.
Frog?
Said blue frog.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, and then we're on all the social medias: Pick, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of them. For the record, FOR the record, ska.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you guys for coming down and hanging out with us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. And then thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Artist IRL. If you want to see more of us, go to setlistmedia.com. We have articles, we have videos, photos, and we plan to do a lot more things. And we have a lot more shows coming up. Who is our next guest, Alexa?
Yeah, so on November 30th, we're going to be inviting Guaya out. He's going to be performing live for Mic Check, and then another Artist IRL episode right after with him and Hamp, who is his manager. So, yeah, be sure to tune out for that. Or tune in for that. Not out. Tune in, please.
And all that will be on the website. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.